Is authority. So what exactly it is? It is a mindless obedience. That means people don't think about it, they follow it without thinking about it. That is what mindless obedience is. So why it is important and why does it exist? So it allows people, system or a structure to enforce rule, make decision and demand compliance. The problem happens like, imagine you are going to any traffic and you, what do is you don't follow the traffic rule. What happens? There is a traffic police, right? And you have to follow them. The reason is there this is why there is a, you can have a structure and system in place so that everybody can follow it and there is no huge problem. The problem happens when the masses only look to one section of society, the most readily available. That is, they look for social media, TV for their authority figure. Okay, this person has these many followers, that means they must be an authority figure, and whatever they are saying, they are right. It is not necessary. And people confuse follower count with authority. This is where the problem is. The masses opt for the easy way instead of seeking out the best way. They don't think it's a shortcut. So this is one of the many ways we live differently than them. So you and I are different, and that's the reason I'm teaching this power influence triggers. So why do people do it? We are dropped in the world from breath one, and you are being conditioned to believe obedience to proper authority is right and disobedience is wrong. Look at the story of Eklev in Mahabharata. What happened there? It's a perfect example. When Dronacharya asked for his thumb as a Guru Dachina, Eklev did not hesitate for a moment. He cut off his thumb without any question. What does it demonstrate? It is demonstrating the ultimate form of obedience to the authority. The story has a generation to reinforce the idea that complete submission to authority, especially Guru, is virtuous and right. And when you're younger, it seemed like these people knew more than you. They had the social proof of everyone else following them, making it seem like the logical thing to do. Imagine yourself while you're growing up, you have to listen to your parents. When you went to school, you have to listen to your teachers. When you went to the college, you have to listen to your professor. When you go to a job, you have to listen to your boss. What the fuck is happening here? You have to follow everyone, and you don't use your own brain and that is why it requires no thought. It's reacting, it is not thinking. So it is letting someone else make all decision, handle all your problems, so you can just scroll your Instagram endlessly. So that is what is happening. This is what I call automatic obedience. Typically, honestly, this is the fine most of the time. The problem arises when authorities make an error and no one lower in the hierarchy question it. कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठाता. When a person has put zero thought in who they want to learn and get their worldview from, and just accept the most readily available widespread source. So that is where the problem is. कोई भी पॉलिटिकल लीडर आके बोल देता है कुछ भी एंड पीपल मान लेते हैं. कुछ भी कोई भी इन्फ्लुएंसर आके बोल देता है कोई मान लेते हैं. That is the problem. They can make an error. You have to do your own thinking. The reason I'm telling you is because you need to understand the power so that you can use it properly. So what does it do? At its purest form, it make people follow orders and not question it or discuss it. Reservation. Once upon a time, Charlie Munger, the billionaire, mentioned about it. There is something called in the airline industry. People have like airline industry has suffered from this authority bias. So what happens? There's a common flight simulator experiment cited by Air India's training program. So what happens? You get a pilot and co-pilot. The pilot is the authority figure. They don't do this in airplane. They have done it in simulator because असली में करे तो जान लोगों के ले लेंगे. They have the pilot to do something with the co-pilot who has been trained in simulator for a long time. He knows कि यार प्लेन को क्रैश नहीं करना है. They are not allowed to like play crash the plane. They have the pilot to do something when idiot co-pilot would know the plane was going to crash, but the pilot is doing it and the co-pilot is sitting there. The pilot is the authority figure, and 25% of the time plane crashes, and the co-pilot does not question the pilot कि भाई गलत कर रहे हो. Why? Because he is an authority figure. Nearly every airline now encourages pilot and their crew to discuss any reservation openly. They are doing this to deprogram authority bias. You can go here to this link about more research and understand about, because there's a huge psychological trigger as this. Understand this. In general, people who are seen to have authority are seen to be more stronger, more attractive, and more respected and more happier. Think about the laws of society you follow without thinking about. You stop at a red light. You don't enter doors that say staff only. You sit where the restaurant hosts tell you to do. Some advertisement do convince you to buy, and most of these are good things. There is nothing wrong, and of course I also do the same thing. It keeps things simple so nothing catastrophic happens. You can focus on your life, your path, and fulfillment. So we want to focus on really understanding authority, why people submit so easily to it, and how to positively leverage it ourselves. Okay, that is the whole goal. So how to use it to get your clients and make more money? So you need to, whenever you're writing emails, whenever you're writing any kind of messaging, you need to wrap your messaging with an authority figure like industry expertise, specific data and research, real results and case study, relevant credential, media mention. I'll show you an example here. Like for example, this, if you see, where is it? Yes. You see, as featured in. So this company, King Kong, has been featured in this. So this is one of the ways to demonstrate your authority. These pictures. He has been featured in the news. His name is Sabri Subi. He runs a marketing agency. You see, this is going on. They have been featured in this, again, one of the fastest growing digital agency. This demonstrate authority. This number 7.8 billion, 200K platform, 136 customer, like 136 different countries, 1067 strategy have been battle tested. So this also demonstrate authority because they have done the work from and generated $7.8 billion. So you see, again, brand experience, these are the people who have worked with him. So that is one of these are the way to recognize. So whenever you are being mentioned, client have been featured in any media, mention that any relevant credential, like you have spoken at a TEDx, and so you have to mention that. So an example, subject line is stop bleeding money, 50 lakh revenue from solution inside. In my 12 experience of optimizing ad campaign for like Flipkart, Swiggy, and Byju's, I have noticed a critical mistake that costing business like yours like invested. So you're speaking like a person who has experience, who has an authority. My finding were recently featured in this. So what is demonstrate? First of all, this mentioning these big names. Okay, you have worked with these companies. Okay. My findings were recently featured. All right. Economic Times. This is what trigger of authority. Last month we helped. Okay, this again company. So now by demonstrating, would you be open for a 15-minute call to see if you could unlock similar results for you? XI Google, IIT Delhi featured in your story. So these are the things that demonstrate authority. I hope you are getting the point. So go and study wherever you are able right now. See where you can find authority and how it is affecting your life. And I'll see you in the next video.